From the deep dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game. I'm, not Nikodas. Hi, I'm Taps.
And I'm still Grebog. Whether I'm the real Grebog or not, that is, I guess, probably the other question. So as you can tell, this is episode 126. It's cold out there. We will be going into some of the stuff that we will be seeing in Q's Winter Wonderland. Yeah, and what to expect there, what's new, what's coming. And so as you can tell, Nikodas is not with us tonight. I graciously had someone step in and fill in for him. Thank you, Tabitha.
You are very welcome. I'm happy to be here.
And with that, let's talk about what has your week been like? What have you been up to?
Well, I mean, it's been mostly uneventful. I did have a really good friend, just drop in and say, "Hey, I need help co-hosting this podcast thing," and I said, "Sure, no problem." And then I got to work doing the things I could to help.
And I appreciate.
I just got done with my own stuff. I made an awesome new. I figured while I was coming to where we are now, I would use the opportunity to create a Star Trek a new image, and so I made that a little bit ago. But other than that, it's mostly just been waiting for the winter, news on the Winter Wonderland, news of what we're going to be getting coming up.
Cool. You always make such great images with the
Thank
demo
you.
record and all the tools and tinkering that you can do. That yeah.
But I've also been having a lot of fun, like to tangent off of STO a little bit. I've also been having a lot of fun in Dragonflight.
Cool. You max level yet?
No, I'm my main is 65, and my other main is 64.
Are you enjoying it?
I am having a blast, an absolute blast.
Cool. That's the important factor.
Exactly. Like, I've never had this much fun at the beginning of a WoW expansion.
I would say I've enjoyed it as well. It's been fun for me too, because obviously I play. Yeah.
You do?
Just a little bit.
So wait. So that Grebog person that I raid with sometimes, is that the real one or the fake one?
I he might be real. He might be. I don't know. I see we have Nimue and Mikey watching.
Hey, Mikey. Hey, Nimue. How's it going?
Yes, welcome guys, everybody. Yeah. All right, so here for my week, moving on. Let's see. I also play WoW. I made it to 67. I ran into an interesting bug. And when I say an interesting bug, it so we ran some some of the people in the guild were like, "Hey, let's run some dungeons. We need a tank. We know you tank. Go figure." So I was like, sure, why not? It'll be good for some experience. I one of the dungeons they wanted to run, I had a quest for. Went in, did the first dungeon just fine. Everything scaled appropriately. We were all mix of levels. I think we had like a 62. I was 66 at the time. We had someone I think that might have been 70, and we had a just a mix of people from variety of levels. Then the second dungeon we went to, it broke on me. Everyone else, it still scaled appropriately. For me, everything was level 70. Except for the bosses. The bosses were level 72.
Oh, that hurts.
I pulled the first trash pull. I'm like, this is interesting. And I'm like, boy, they hurt. Maybe it's just the way this dungeon's set up. Maybe this trash pack is meant to be a little bit more potent. Sometimes they do that. But no. Once I figured out, like, after we killed that trash pack, I'm like, okay, these things are not scaling to me. I reloaded my UI. I stepped out. The only thing what I should have done was log out and log back in. It probably would have fixed it. Instead, we just forged on. I tanked it as a level 66 against a bunch of level 70, 72s and did just fine.
That is amazing. Like, testament to you and your tanking skills, testament to your healers, and testament to your DPS for killing it before it smashed you.
Yes. Like the DPS, they were very potent. You probably Watsuki and Dariaki, they were two of our high DPS people, and they were both on tunes that they again were just annihilating. So it was just funny. I'm like, you guys aren't letting things live long enough for me to be really at risk of dying. My cooldowns are not running out before you kill the bosses. So yeah. Unfortunately, I got no loot out of the dungeon other than like a green, and yeah. Because we were like hoping like, oh, maybe you'll get like a piece of loot drop and it'll be a level 70, which puts you, once you get to level 70, one step closer to being geared up and ready to raid. But that didn't happen.
We've got like 1 week left because like raids open on the 12th, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I kind of have a plan. I don't know how close to the plan I'm going to get it. My goal is, when I log into WoW lately, is to do 1.5 levels. I'm not trying to push myself, partially because I've been sick. I think 1.5 levels is a good benchmark. It does also mean like now I just hit 67. I'll be able to, like, if I log in tonight, I should be able to get to 68.5 without too much effort. And then Tuesday, I should be able to push it to 70. That is my hopeful goal.
Nice.
I think a level and a half is not too much. Like, yeah. But I am feeling better. So that is also a good thing. I still have some congestion, but I'm taking some pills for that. Anyway, let's see. Outside of WoW, because this is not a WoW thing, and well,
it's not. Wait, what are we supposed to be talking about?
Well, I mean, let's see. Also, my week was, let's see. I did a game on Sunday. It was a very random game, though. I think the people in the group needed it to be a very kind of random game. One of the guys, military, he has had some stress at work, and I think the randomness kind of helped him decompress. Well, that, and he has had some stress at home. He now has a teenager, so and the teenager has been giving him, fun times.
As teenagers are wont to do.
Yeah, and I go, you do know that's your oldest, that's the teenager. You have 3 more kids chasing that one. So I don't know if they're all going to be teenagers at the same time. I don't know if the oldest one will age out by the time that I think they will all be in the teenager. Though I think the oldest will be at the older teenager spot, and no, not as much of the bratty teenager spot. So, anyway. Yeah, so we had fun. I'm destroying the Pathfinder world because why not? But let's see. Outside of that, I played STO. I I probably haven't played as much STO as I normally do. You're getting a little that's close there. Personal space.
I was waiting for you to notice.
But
Social distancing, what?
I mean, once it gets so cold, transmitting germs is hard to do. But actually, there is some fact to that. I did not know about that until I, once upon a time, looked at joining a fraternity and then decided not to. They did a cold barracks. That was how they. When I heard about that, I'm like going, I don't know that you're for me. I do not think I want to sleep in a cold barracks setup. But yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the news this week in STO.
Break news of the week.
Yeah, maybe we need a sounder for that. I'll have to think about that.
I mean, why not? Maybe the botsman's whistle or something. Wee-oo.
I do have those. Thanks to
and hello there, Pharrell.
I wonder who that could be.
I have no idea. I have never seen that name before in my life.
Oh, what is going on? No, because I'm used to another program. Here. So this week in STO, they announced the Excelsior II. If you didn't know, they did show it in Picard. So it is coming tomorrow to the Infinity Lockbox. Now, it's said to be a decent ship, but as with many other, there's so many ships in the game that, there's always going to be probably something better.
Yeah, let's see. I was looking at a couple of the other creators who kind of were doing overviews of it. Like the C-Store Legendary D7. Yeah. It has like a lot of similarities to it. It has a better weapons layout. It has a 5.3 layout versus the 4.4 of the Excelsior II. The D7 has a battle cloak where the Excelsior II has no cloak.
And you can fly the classic, D7 style.
Yeah, I know. The classic D7, just like, there is no topping that look.
I mean, whenever, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. We probably watched the same videos because I too was curious on what people thought about the ship. Now it does have an interesting
casual SAB.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spencer has some good videos. If you're looking for stuff, he does not candy coat. Do not though take him. Don't take him harshly. He's trying to help, and yeah, he has a lot of good information. I think some people take him a little too harsh, and he's just giving you his blunt facts on the way he sees it. So something also to note: the console is a universal console. It's called the Experimental Power Redirection. It sounds kind of interesting.
Awesome.
When it increases your energy weapon damage, and when it'll swap randomly from your Fire at Will 3. Yeah, it'll swap from Fire at Will 3 to Beam Overload 3 and back and forth. And while that's going on, it increases your phaser damage. So,
that sounds freaking amazing.
I mean, this could be a lot of fun to play with. It just sounds like an interesting, yeah. And so Spencer did say that's one of the reasons he wants to pick up the ship is this console. The starship trait is calculated broadsides. Basically activating Fire at Will or Intel
Bridge Officer.
Yes, Intel Bridge Officer. You get the plus beam weapon damage, and then you have damage resistance ratings along your side arcs doubled while you're in threatening stance. Otherwise, it's a threat reduction.
I mean, it sounds goodish. Maybe if you're a tank, like if you're already picking up the ship for the console, sounds like it. I mean, it depends on how the numbers stack out. It could be a good one for tanky people.
It didn't look like the beam weapon damage increase was that high from what I was seeing, but that also, you know, until I see it in game and whatnot, yeah, it could wash out a whole nother way. Like you said, it could be a very good tanking ability.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
that resist buff. I mean, of course, then again, like most tanks are running like the freaking I don't remember the name of the consoles, but like those those consoles that make you like practically invulnerable anyway. So
yeah.
I mean, it might be redundant to have the extra resistance.
Some good things to note about them releasing the Excelsior II now is the fact that it's being released in the Infinity Lockbox in 2022, which means when as long as they do Event Campaign 5
you
next
can get
year,
it in 2023 when you get your free ships in Event Campaign 5.
It will become one of the options.
Although, I mean, you'll be picking between that and the if I'm not mistaken, you'll like the Jirok carrier might be one of the options, right? Maybe
the Drak
or event
carrier,
ships.
yeah, that's typically event ships they seem to more likely slide those into the Phoenix store or the Lobby store.
Oh, I hope it comes to the. Actually, I never get a ship from the Phoenix store, so what am I excited about?
It used to be that they put them into the Phoenix store. Lately, instead, though, they've been dropping them into muds because there are a lot of the old event ships, the like the Goktad carrier, the Ryzian weather control vessel. Those were all event ships they dropped into the mud store. They kind of have stopped dropping them to the Phoenix
Instead of rolling.
Yeah. So I don't know. It is what it is. They see they can get money out of the ships by putting them into the mud store. So I you know, it's yeah. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I also normally already have all the ships anyway from the events because that's why I do the events. It's unfortunate though for newer players if they want some of those ships. It means more money.
Yup. And hopefully,
as we get sidetracked,
us sidetracked.
I never. This yeah, as we already said, Intel Heavy Cruiser, and has no battle cloak on the Excelsior II, but it'll be.
Although if it's a heavy cruiser, there are cloaking devices that you can get that you can equip on cruisers. So it's not like you can't ever have a cloaking device on it.
Yeah.
But it's not a battle cloak and it doesn't come with one.
Yeah. All right. Here, let's do since the rest of this we'll be talking about what's going on today. So they announced that today, didn't they? The Admiralty event. It's starting tomorrow, December 6th. Or if you talk to one person, Thursday, December 6th. Or if you read another thing, Tuesday, December 6th. The common aspect is December 6th. So you can just probably guess December 6th is when it's going to be. They just don't know what day, Tuesday or Thursday that is. I get it. It's been a long week for some people.
I mean, half the time I don't even know what day it is. So, I mean, we can forgive them.
But it goes until the 13th. So you'll have a week's time to get some bonus Admiralty experience and rewards. If you're working on Admiralty, now would be definitely the time, to get those recruits that need to get X number of schools maxed out or whatever. Yeah.
I've got a bunch of recruits that have been sitting on their admiralties for too long. So this is a great time to get popping on those.
And then we have the winter event starting also tomorrow.
The most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't put it in here about the feast. This does say it goes now until tomorrow, December 7th. I know last week when I last checked, it said it stopped on December 6th. They did give us that extra day, so you still have a day, 14 hours to get your completions for the feast. You don't have your V'ger probes, you can still get those, or depending upon if you want those 3 featured reward boxes, which can get you either 3 specialization points that you can burn on a spec, or you can get the advanced upgrades or something. They're not, I've never been impressed with those upgrades. I typically always give them to one of my captains that need the spec points and have them use the spec point. That's just me. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I have a special graphic that I will be showing here. So with Q's Winter Wonderland, yeah. So as you can see, we're here waiting for Q's.
We are on location on Andoria, waiting patiently for Q's Winter Wonderland to come upon us.
So
I'm trying to keep warm. Don't mind me.
There's all kinds of new stuff they are putting in. One of which is, the Red Riker BB gun. There has been some disappointment about the weapon. The only disappointment I saw, though, was that it's not something we can use outside of the event
Oh, wait,
zone.
what? We can't use it outside the event?
Well, okay, you can, but it doesn't do any damage, really. It is an event weapon, much like those caramel blasters and stuff like that. It is an event weapon.
Because, like, I was looking forward to, like, going around, like, shooting Borg with it and, like...
Everyone was looking. As soon as I first saw it, that was my first thought, too. Oh, this is going to be fun. I can have this, give my replica Tommy gun to one of my bridge officers. Then whenever I go fight Borg, I can shoot them with the Red Riker BB gun, and
we're gonna shoot their eye sensors out.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot the Borg eyes out. I mean, it's. I really think they missed. They missed a target. Wow. I didn't mean to pun, but hey, they missed the target on this one. I think honestly, if they would have gave us another one, like even if it was 2 separate weapons, one that you use at the event and one that you can run around and use that does physical damage, I would have been fine buying 2 of them.
Yup.
But no. And then we have, here's the map. If you don't know what the whole thing looks like, you can find other maps online. I believe I have this also on fleetactionreport.com. I put in nice little circles where you need to go, or ovals, to help you figure out the different locations. In the very middle, that where I guess it's not really the middle, but next to the pink competitive race section, just to the right and on left of the ice fishing thing, is the central core where you get your competitive race. Well, I guess your what is it? The fastest foot race on ice, I think, is what they call it.
That sounds about right.
Um, which then has you run around the outside of the Klingon ice fishing. You can kind of see that there's a trail around that. That used to be, I know this is dating me for those that play STO, that used to be the only way to get your daily completion done for the event. Um, thankfully, they made it so that way doing any of the special events lets you get credit for that. So that is one of the awesome changes they made through time. But I guess here we should also talk of the other stuff.
Yes, all the other goodies.
Tell us about some of the other goodies.
Well, I mean, in addition to the usual goodies, like the all the usual stuff that we can get, Q is gifting us this year with the Flickleary Beerjai Interceptor. What do we know about this one?
They just released information today about the ship. It is,
Okay, good.
it does have a I believe it's an Intel temporal seating on it. So and it looks like a very versatile. Now, some I know it doesn't look much different from what they set up on stream. For those that watched the 10 Forward way back and they were showing how they design ships. So it is it looked like a very nice ship. But
If it's one thing I noticed with the Flickleary ships though is I put one of the purple Delta vanity shields on it, and they look amazing.
I thought I had it in the notes, and I guess maybe I didn't write the for the ship.
So yeah, I can't wait to see how the Delta vanity shield looks on this new ship.
So it has two interesting, like it has an interesting console and trait on it as well. Um, the console is Portal of the Damned.
Portal of the Damned.
Yeah, basically it's as this says, strange technology capable of tearing open dimensional gates. Um, basically this console mod,
Otherwise known as the door to my closet.
yes. It'll give you a passive boost to your, EPG skill, as well as some armor pen, with weapons versus foes affected by damage over time effects. So this could be a decent console for a EPG build. We'll have to see how well it how it stacks up. But basically, from my understanding, when you do anomalies, or maybe that's this trait. The trait's the one that opens up the. There's a starship trait that comes on the ship that whenever you use an anomaly, it opens up a gate that lost soul 12 lost. Well, you can have a max of 12 lost souls. That the lost souls will pour out of your now anomaly.
Oh,
And
that
come after
sounds
your enemies.
amazing.
Yeah, I was like, this could be a really cool effect. I'm not sure how great it's going to be.
Like imagine I know it's not a great trait like meta wise, but like that lightning effect off of the Ryzen weather ship. Combine those traits, like so you have this anomaly, this like big like anomaly gravity well with lightning shooting out of it, and these souls flying around.
Yeah. And here's something else. It's coming with a new experimental weapon, Ravager
What?
Strike. Yeah, a projector built to send out the unique energies of the Flickleary at foes. I mean, it looks interesting. Impact the foe with an explosive fiery charge. Not to be too shocked. I mean, Fekleri and fire.
Yeah. Or like
Um,
green and ice.
yeah. So it's to me. I don't know. I'm fascinated. I want to see the numbers and see where this stacks up. Um, and for
I can.
those,
It probably won't take long for somebody to post numbers on this once it gets out into the wild.
yeah, I was like, because experimental weapons, some of them are all over the place. If you look at the charts,
Oh
like
my
some of
god!
them are just like, what, why is this an don't
Well,
touch this one. It's barely
you mean
worth it.
like the lightning one that they give you on everything that's actually a DPS loss to equip it?
Well, apparently they fixed the bug with that. It's not now DPS loss, but it is not a great DPS boost. So yes, it used to be a DPS loss to equip, but it's now just eh.
I mean, the sound effect on it is freaking terrible too. I hate it. I hate that lightning thing.
Yeah, so this one, it looks like, according to the way the image looks like this red beam that you shoot from the ship that then, I don't know, explodes into a fiery ball ish. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like I said, there's some cool things, or could be potentially cool things on this ship. I would recommend getting it because just for the
It's a free
funds.
ship,
Well, that too. It's a free ship. Just for the funds.
and plus the thing looks awesome. Did you put a image up on screen?
I did not. Let's see. Can I get one? Actually, I can probably just toss the browser up.
Yeah, throw the browser up on the screen. Just
That I'm just getting easily distracted. Or maybe not distracted. Easily screwed up. Let me grab.
Oh, I'm looking at the image for the Ravager Shriek for the experimental weapon, and that looks freaking awesome. I can't wait to try this out.
That's not what I wanted to do. Yes, you all wanted to see my
OBS.
yeah, my OBS settings. Window capture is what I wanted. There we go. So I can then you can laugh at all of my glorious tabs that I just slid off the top.
Oh, that's all? You should see mine.
It scrolls. It scrolls. So yeah,
So does mine. And I have multiple windows with scrolling tabs, so
here's what the ship's gonna look like. Obviously Fekleri ship. Here's the base stats for it. So I do like that the one seat is a universal, like, so it's a lieutenant commander universal, but you can put a temporal operative there. And the intel seat is tactical, which I don't know if that's good or bad. I do know people want tactical. I think, okay, my one complaint on the build on this ship is the consoles. Why does it have 5 science consoles?
what?
Why that is what I don't understand. Why does it have 5 science
So it's like
consoles?
it wants to be a science ship, but it doesn't have a secondary deflector.
I was like, even okay, yes, you put temporal operative there. Kind of makes it a little more sciency. However,
Semicolon, however,
it's
comma.
yeah, I was like, however, it's still an interceptor. It should have had 5 tactical, 4 science. I would have been more acceptable. I think that would have been more appropriate because it being an interceptor with some science, you know. But that's just
I
yeah.
mean, like all the science consoles, the stack EPG to power those weird rift things. I mean, it's a theme. It's a theme, man.
I don't.
It's a
I just
theme.
that's why I would have went with the 5 pack for science. You still have plenty of science console slots. But anyway, so that this is the what the portal of the dam's going to look like. Nice little orange graphic there. And then I don't know if this is supposed to be the tear open the gates or the Ravager strike. I kind of got the impression that was the Ravager strike.
I think that's yeah. I think that's the Ravager Shriek. Because I mean, that looks like a that looks like a weapon firing effect,
Yeah.
and I mean, it looks like the effect that they're describing. Send out unique energies to a target area, and then bursts of intense whole melting heat.
Yeah.
So I mean, it looks like they're putting the image above the head, above the title.
Yep. All right. Here, and then we can go to the other stuff that they put into the I don't know how much graphics they put in for the away.
For the what?
Oh, so here
Oh,
the graphics because this is one of the graphics they showed us for the Breen, the new Breen space set, also
oh,
part
the
of the
new
Q's.
Breen space set.
Yeah, there's a whole new Breen space set. If you've been putting together a cold damage set, which means hey Nikodas, if you are listening,
Or will be
when
listening.
or will be listening, you have a new space set to go grab this winter. Um, for your I called it the Let It Go build. Because he has a cold build, and yeah, but it basically there is what I believe 3 pieces here. You have a Breen omnidirectional cold beam array that does cold damage. It's so that's new.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a cold
Now,
damage beam array.
if Nikodas isn't trying to do Arnold and Arnie Mr. Freeze Space Barbie on that cold build, I'm going to be highly disappointed in him.
But there's also a Breen cold torpedo, also does cold damage. Um, there's a Breen cryonic module that
Does
gives
cold
you
damage?
well, it causes a 2 kilometer AOE cold damage explosion, which is what this graphic I believe is showing us. The uh, I almost said cone of cold, but no, the sphere of cold.
Wrong game. Wrong game.
But yeah, so if you're doing a cold build, this is definitely the thing. So the 2 piece gives you 10% increased cold damage, and also there's a chance to hold the nearby enemies for a period of time when they get hit by cold damage. So if you are stacking all of your cold damage onto one ship, you might be able to have a bunch of your foes get frozen in space.
That'd be great for those freaking swarm, for those little swarmers.
Yeah. The three piece increases the cold damage bonus, and then also it increases how much the hold chance, and then there's a can activate cryonic blackout, which causes a 4 kilometer AOE. Oh, maybe that's what I don't know. Oh no, they both. Let's see. There are so many different things that do AOE. The 3 piece set does, and the console. looks like maybe it increases the 2 kilometer console AoE to a 4 kilometer. It's
Oh,
what it's sounding like. I could be, unless I'm mistaken. And we talked about the Red Riker BB gun, and then, of course, they're adding new hats, new winter
hats!
hats. So there have been people that were disappointed. They talk about every faction is getting new hats.
But there's no Dominion.
Yeah, they didn't show any of the Dominion. They left the Dominion out.
I should have made a graphic with like a crying Jem'Hadar. A crying hatless Jem'Hadar.
A crying hatless Jem'Hadar. Or Jem'Hadar.
Or maybe the Jem'Hadar don't get hats because they keep getting stuck on the horns.
That's it. Says, let's see, Starfleet, Klingon, or Romulan. No, it doesn't even mention the Dominion. It doesn't mention it.
The horns are hard to tailor around, Grebog.
But the Dominion. Oh well.
It's fine.
It's fine.
But I mean, the true crime here, the absolutely true crime, is the fact that with no Dominion hats, a Dominion hat would be a purple hat. Well, I mean, goofball, the Romulan is not really its own faction either, because the Romulan blends into, chooses either Federation or Klingon, and they've accounted for that in the picture. They've got a picture of a KDF Romulan and a Federation Romulan. So they could do the same thing with the Dominion.
Minor details apparently to them. The Dominion just don't count.
Yeah, I mean they are stealing. They are denying us a purple winter hat. We are being denied a purple winter hat, and we cannot stand for this. We must rise up and revolt.
I have seen some complaints on Twitter about when this went live. Like, what about the Dominion? And yeah, I'm like going, I didn't think about that. And I looked at the graphic. I'm like, yeah, well, what about the Dominion? Like, they don't even mention the Dominion. It's like, here, every faction's getting a hat, and then they talk about 3 factions. I guess maybe they're punishing the Dominion for Odo's actions.
I mean, Odo was kind of a jerk. He did try and kill everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the length of time a timeout is for that. But Odo, you tried to commit mass murder, you're in timeout. I'm sorry, dude. You and your entire faction are in timeout for mass murder.
He even sent them at his beloved's homeworld to try to hey, I'm just making sure everyone joins together to yeah, I get your intention, buddy, but go another path. That's not the way to do it. Apparently I missed something. Probably good.
Yeah, it was just a bot. It was
one got through. I'll have to update my thing.
Well, they got more sophisticated and are posting complex paragraphs that look like
real messages.
Yep.
Okay, so for the winter event that's starting tomorrow, you'll have it's a 90-minute schedule rotation, much like the Ryza has. And the rotation goes through the snowball fight, Tides of Ice, Rampiri, Cones of Conduct, competitive race, and Klingon ice fishing. To get your daily completion, you'll only need to do that once. If you want to get all of the like you get rewards doing that. Also, you'll get ornament stuff. There are also some single missions that you can do, and some of them are repeatable. Well, like instantly repeatable. Some of the things are like you can do. There's a pie eating contest up at the gingerbread village, and stuff like that. And once you get enough of the ornaments and stuff like that, there is typically an ornament for your starbase if your fleet is going to work on that. It is always the yearly ship, whatever the event ship is. That is the ornament that will hover in the center of your starbase.
Ooh.
And then outside of that, you can use the ornaments at the stores to buy the hats, the Red Riker BB gun, and stuff like that. Ugly sweaters here. Here is how I'm going. If you see someone running around in garish clothing, it might be me. Here, I'll put the screen back to me because I made sure to have a very unique outfit. I mean, it's fine. No one will. If I get lost in a snowdrift, someone should bound to find me with this outfit. Um,
Oh my.
I had to go creative. And in case you're curious on what weird shiny pants those are the 23rd century Tellarite pants. Yeah.
Yeah. DL Smooth Wolf and Chad has the right idea. That's very unique.
Hey, that's my goal.
Just don't go anywhere near microwave, like any microwave transmissions with those pants. You'll probably start a fire.
It'll be fine. Um. So yeah, the feast is still going. Do we want to run the feast before we like end here? Anyone next week we will be showcasing how to do some of these events. Because that's when like starting tomorrow is when the whole thing starts off. So Nikodas and I will be back and showing you exactly the foot races and all the other stuff, and probably running around as cats because it's going to be
Why not?
hilarious to run around as a cat. Tabby, you want to do it? Have you done your daily yet today?
I have not done my daily yet today, so we can go ahead and do that real quick.
Oh, you created the party, so I guess it's on you. You pick bug hunt or swarm.
Well, I mean, bug hunt. I don't know. You're asking me to make a decision.
I think bug hunt is quicker, but that's just me.
I mean, bug hunt is actually quicker.
Love how high the cats can jump.
Wee
you. But yeah, so we'll do this quick before we end. Anything else we need to cover? Winter events tomorrow. Yay, go, have fun. Get a free ship. Yes, I'm gonna run bug hunt in this outfit. Because why not?
Why not?
I'm gonna scare the bugs. Oh, I can. There we go.
Oh, you have a pupper.
I can't remember how I acquired him, but I'm glad I did.
That is adorable.
The Saint Bernard. I think it was part of a special event, one of the redeems. And yeah.
Here we go.
Might have had to donate.
Welcome to Pariah 3. The mission is to
Can't remember.
Oh, you've got DL's attention with the doggo.
There are a few dogs in the game that you can have that are companions. They are non-combat pets. One comes from when you buy the Terran stuff. You get the Terran version of Porthos. And then there was, let's see, what's one of the other ones?
Oh my god, we are running so fast.
Yeah, someone buffed us. Yeah, someone did their motion accelerator. So I thought. But let's see. There was also a way to get the Porthos from Enterprise as well. The Porthos, the Terran version was more, I think, a pit bull, something to that. I'd have to look. I
mean, I could see Mara Archer with a pit bull instead of a beagle.
Yeah, it was like, because there definitely was a beagle, and then I'm pretty sure there was a pit bull. I might actually have them both. I collect all kinds of. Oh, I do also have gingerbread. Yeah. Time to get out your gingerbread defense squads, your caramel assaults, hail guns,
I've got to rebuild
avalanche.
all of that on this character because I've switched mains. So this Tabby has none of that.
My free account, I'm going to have to, yeah, get stuff like that.
I'm still waiting for the next announcement for the next recruit event. That way, because that's because my free to play account, I'm only going to make recruit characters on.
Well, yeah, I was probably going to do. I'm definitely going to do the extreme minimum recruit on my free to play account because I am not going to. I've learned my lesson. What is he stuck on? Okay, there was a bug above. So yeah, again, if you ever notice that Vanderveer is stopped, just click on him.
Look for hidden bugs.
Well, it was like click on him, and he'll be targeting the bug that he's seen that is preventing him from moving forward. Which then you can click on him, click on the bug he's targeting, and start shooting.
Area clear.
That is the method I've learned.
Scans show that we need to jump down this narrow.
Boy, these are some shiny pants.
Be careful. I don't know what's
I got in front of the the balls of lightning. They really make my butt glow.
They enhance your assets.
I did not realize how it reminds me of the 80s style snowsuit type pants, like ski pants that you would see in movies and stuff.
Fire in the hole.
Yo, oh my
Watch that
god.
first step.
There are a few cats as well in the game. One of which is a tabby.
What?
I think I can get
There was a tabby cat you could get in the game.
Cover me.
It was a redeem as well. I checked once I was like, oh, Tabby needs this cat. The redeem was already done.
Aww.
Otherwise, you know.
We need to talk to Ambassador Kale about that though, because Tabby not having a tabby cat is an egregious oversight that cannot stand.
I can't remember what it was part of. It would have been nice that they brought it, if they bring it back, or bring back some of these, even if they put them in the Zen store for like 400 Zen or whatever.
Yeah, Darklight, both of us are playing that actually, and we were talking about that at the top of the show, and we're both loving it.
I've been having a lot of fun. When I was completely dead sick, well, maybe not dead. My brain was incoherent. Yeah,
Mostly dead.
Mostly dead. I took that night, and rather than leveling, because I knew I just could not focus on quests, there was just no way my brain was going to be able to handle questing. I just like, well, hey, I have this add-on that's showing me where every glyph, Dragon Rider glyph is.
Handy
and
notes.
I flew around and collected all of them. It took me most of the night that I was willing to play, so that was decently timed, and then it has made it so much easier dealing with yeah, just leveling now. I have, yeah, all kinds of I can do all the special stuff and things. I have the highest amount of vigor.
Things.
Well, it put me back here. Oh, you're still running around in there.
Yeah, I was checking for loot. I always check for loot.
All right. It is
well timed.
Yes, that worked out well. Again, thank you, Tabby, for joining me and filling in for Nikodas. I'm sure he will be jealous. He didn't get to share the time with you.
We need to we could do a show at some point that's like all three of us. Wouldn't that be fun?
I mean, we can do that. We'll figure out something. We'll have you back. Well,
I'll be back.
Yes, you'll be back. So for those that don't know, Nikodas has his final schedule. He works 24 hours. It's a rotating schedule. He does have most Mondays off. Rather than trying to confuse people on when the show is, we opted to Grebog will find a partner in crime, and we'll basically go from there. When Nikodas can't. So hence the getting to, yeah, getting to have Tabby here.
Wait, so if we have a real Grebog and a fake Grebog, does that make me a fake Nikodas?
I mean, if that's one you want to be known as.
I've already got fake Elijah going on, so I don't want another string of aliases.
But let's see. I guess fleet wise, I should update everyone. If you're looking for a fleet, I know of a fleet to get you in. The fleet does have some projects that are currently queued up. We need a few more fleet marks for the dilithium ore boost to get everyone their weekly dilithium ore boost going on the research lab. But outside of that, we have been making some progress on the colony still. We are, 22 projects away from renewable energy being done. So
I just completed the Starbase project.
Well, that one just takes marks.
Oh, I see the research lab one. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, I've been doing the unload surplus fleet marks. They do not give you as many fleet credits as you would if you donated your fleet marks into other projects. It is essentially only there for those that have, I know some people have had stacks upon stacks of fleet marks and were wanting something to do with them. So that's why I put them in. But I might hold off on them for a while because we've been pushing some of the fleet holdings now. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna hit the end of the year to get the colony to tier 5, though. I don't see us getting too far into the next year having the colony. Yeah, I think we'll be finalizing the colony at the beginning of the year. Let's see.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like getting those. Let's see, colony invasion defense stuff. I mean, I don't know that we'll do a whole lot of that. Let's see. I know there is a console that we can unlock eventually, but there is also the is it not there? The Kentari bridge officers. That is something some people are looking for. The tactical consoles, I believe, aren't those the ones that people like to use for the tanks?
Yes.
So we're closing in on having the tactical consoles. Like I said, 22 projects, and we'll have them. So then we'll also have a major big project, the Colony Tier 5.
I completed the weekly on for Research Lab.
And the KDF side, still working on dilithium mine, almost done on tier 3 for the dilithium mine, which means closing in on having all of the discounts for the fleet. That includes fleet projects. Also, your dilithium, when you go buy things, you get discounts based on the dilithium mine. So, and we're also closing in on tier 2 on the KDF side for the starbase. We are right now have the big project for tier 2 tactical, or let's see, yeah, military, which will get us like the shipyards tier 2. And once we get that done, we will have more fleet ships available that you can purchase. More fleet ships.
Woo! More fleet ships.
We're moving along. And with that, I think that's the show. Stick around. We'll find someone to raid. I would probably stream tonight. However, I don't know if you can hear my voice. It's getting a little scratchy. I'm like I said, I'm still on meds, trying to keep the coughing down, which has helped me get through the show without coughing. Yeah, I can tell right now an hour apparently talking is pushing my limit. So stick around. We will raid someone after we end. Abby, have anything to say on the way out?
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure being here with you all tonight. Thank you so much. Hope to see you. I will, even if I don't see you again soon on this side of the mic, I will see you all again next week in chat. So you'll have a wonderful week, wonderful night. Have fun, be safe, and don't set yourselves on fire.
Live long and prosper, everybody.